I am here to tell you today that the C8 Corvette is undoubtedly the king of affordable sports car, maybe even supercar ownership. And before you even try to convince me that I'm wrong, so let's just start with the most obvious, which is the last couple seconds of this video. Yeah, it's gorgeous. It is absolutely like, wow. Like this car gets silly attention. Like I had a 2016 2SS Camaro, and that car got attention. Let me tell you something, folks. If you're the kind of person that buys stuff because you want other people to look at you, this car will get you there. They literally took a Ferrari 458, which is an absolutely stunning piece of automotive design, and they basically copied it. Hence why this car looks so much like one. It's literally not an accident. The engine is literally behind your head, like a proper sports car. Some people even say that the Corvette is now a supercar and even a hypercar with the ZR1X. It gets small car gas mileage, 30 miles to the gallon on the open road. It is stupid good on fuel. And then my favorite part, it's V8, which means you simply put it in track mode, hit this button twice, mash the gas, and then hold on for dear life. And 60-second, I can't even talk. I can't even talk. This car is so fast, like I just kind of lost my train of thought. Like if you're not used to a fast car, if you've never been in a fast car and you buy one of these, even most base model C8 Corvettes like this one, I can't even explain the acceleration that comes out of this thing when you engage traction control. 0 to 60 in 2.8 seconds. It is silly fast. But also very refined when it needs to be. Cruising along at only 1400 RPM at interstate speeds. Does make a little bit of tire noise, but hey, can't have everything, right? And I think that's to be expected when you have a 305 millimeter wide tire, which in English is about 13 inches of rubber on the ground. So here's the thing. These cars cost well under $100,000 brand new. In fact, I like to often compare it to the cost of a new truck or even a large SUV, because that's how expensive everything else has gotten. And the Corvette has really kind of stayed the same over the last handful of years. It really hasn't gone up like everything else. And if by chance it has, it's overshadowed by the fact that everything else just really has gotten that much more expensive. So all of a sudden the Corvette doesn't seem so outrageous when a fully loaded model can be had for roughly $100,000. Obviously, yes, I am not talking about a Z06. That is way more money. And yeah, I know the ZR1s have already sold for like 400 grand because somebody just had to have one. And I am actually pretty interested to see if that's going to turn out working out for them whenever they do sell it, because I feel like there's probably a pretty large number of dollars that are not going to come back when that car is sold. But anyway, enough with the semantics and on to the good stuff. The interior quality is really, really good, and this is just the base model. Everything feels nice to the touch. Almost everything is covered in leather. This is now leather standard for 2025. They are doing away with the button stack, which really adds to the cockpit feel. I actually really like it. Ergonomically, I think it's great. I don't know why people hate it so much. I honestly don't. 490 horsepower, under 3 seconds 0 to 60. Nothing can touch this car with that kind of performance numbers for the amount of money that this thing is. But here's some really annoying things about this car that unfortunately people don't really talk about. Yes, it does make a lot of road noise out of those monster 13-inch tires sitting on the back of this big old hot rod. It does have some blind spots, which, you can't really see that way, like, at all. So you probably want to get the 2LT, which has the blind spot monitoring. In fact, the 2LT really does come with some, I want to say, just very basic things these days that every car really should have. Blind spot monitoring, the backup sensor, heated ventilated seats, heated steering wheel, all that good stuff. It's just really nice to have. Now, all the other car owners, BMWs, all those things alike, they like to think they're in competition with this car, even though they're not in the same class, will very often say, well, it's a Corvette. It can't really be that good. It is just GM. It's garbage, blah, blah, blah. Well, this car is actually pretty awesome. I wish the back window was actually not made of glass, because my worst fear is somehow that piece of glass breaking. I don't know how it would happen. I don't know. It just worries me. Although being able to see your engine looks pretty cool, not gonna lie. Which actually brings me to the thing that I hate the absolute most with this car, and that a lot of people like, because everybody loves the attention, is exactly that. This car has actually absolutely blown my mind with the amount of attention that it receives. I actually can't even really explain to you. I understand why, but I cannot explain to you I can't fill this thing at a gas station. I can't put $10 of fuel in it without someone stopping, asking, some people taking pictures. And it's fine. It's totally fine. I shouldn't have been surprised, but I really, really am surprised by that, because I know how good looking this car is. And on that same note, I'm actually also surprised at the amount of people that say the Corvette is my dream car, the C8 is my dream car. But you know what? I think the biggest positive of how far this platform has come, and how, I mean, it's not affordable. It's very expensive. But you know what? In a world of $100,000 trucks, SUVs, and pretty much everything else that costs so much money, you know what? Maybe the Corvette's not such a bad deal. But I've always thought that Jay Leno said it best, which is Corvette is America's car, and it is for the average guy who works hard enough, they can afford one. It is a very expensive car by all accounts. But if you put in the time, you can have one. And if you don't believe me, I feel like I'm kind of proof, because I'm literally a construction worker. I put in a lot of hours. I'm not proud of it. It's not a flex. It's not cool to work lots of hours. Who wants to do that? But on the flip side, I get to have something like this that I never in a million years, honestly, like for real, never thought I would even be looking at something that was this expensive to purchase. But here we are. And if that isn't at the absolute base, one of the biggest parts of the American dream, I don't know what is.